neutralized. Good work.
Engage target.
Heal.
Target spotted, Sheriff.
What the hell?
You got the target. Nice.
Hostile.
Just lie down.
That's the target, Agent.
Target's getting near. Hostile healing.
How much punishment?
Damn it, die already.
Come here.
Target down. Good job. That's another one down. Good job, Agent.
Ah, damn, fucking slaktar den. In today's video, I will show you my current sniper build I use in PvE. It's my best sniper build for PvE, and it's really good for solo play as well, since you do have survivability while making millions of damage per shot with sniper headshots. You could easily adjust this for PvP, focusing more on defensive stats, since it's quite easy to one-shot players in PvP right now. So most sniper builds go full offensive attributes, but we're actually only gonna go for 5, since we still get all weapon damage and headshot damage from the gear attributes. We don't really need to rely on crit, so we're just gonna ignore that completely. The weapon damage will be enough, trust me. So I'm gonna talk about the key talents for this build first, which is Unstoppable Force on the chest, since we can't use Berserker, and I would rather be on higher HP in PvE, and getting an increase of like 40% base damage for 1 kill, it's just too damn good. Then we have the second talent on the backpack called Safeguard, which is super strong as well. It is getting nerfed with an internal cooldown though, but it's still gonna be super good. It increases your healing overall, so you can actually have good sustain with this sniper build. Third talent we got on the knee pads. You either go Entrench or Patient, depending on your playstyle. I wanted to go Patient first, but I feel like Entrench just works better for me personally, and this synergizes as well with the Safeguard, increasing the healing. But I would say those knee pad talents aren't too important. You could actually go hard hitting, the damage to elite talent instead if you want to go for more damage. And then we look at the sniper talent. We're gonna go for Optimist. Since we are using less than 5 offensive talents, we can use that one. With Optimist on a Model 700, we can use the reload trick, only using 1 bullet in the gun and reload cancelling with a bash after every shot. So we do get a lot of damage from the Optimist talent. I did make a 2-minute video about that talent earlier today, so if you want to check that talent more in depth, you could check the video out in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Then we take a look at the brand sets. We want to have 3-piece Araldi for the 10% accuracy, headshot damage and sniper damage. I currently don't have a Araldi backpack, so I don't get the 3-piece with the sniper damage, but I thought it was more important to show off the safeguard, and I mean, yeah, 10% more damage than what I'm doing, that's even better. But that's something I do want to improve, like getting a Araldi backpack. And worth noting as well, like you can only get Araldi on backpack, gloves and holster, so that's where you want to get Araldi. Then for a chest, I'm using a Fenris chest for Unstoppable Force talent and hard hitting, the damage to elite. The reason we have Fenris is because it's the only chest that rolls 2 talents, but maybe actually using an Alp chest could be better, since the Alp chest only rolls 2 attributes, which means those attributes are gonna be super high. So that's perfect actually, since we only want to go weapon damage and headshot damage on the chest, because we can't use too many offensive attributes, so getting high rolls on those are just super good. And then of course Unstoppable Force or hard hitting. I don't have that chest though, so I'm using Fenris. Then you have 1-piece Gilagard for the 5% armor, and it also have 2 defensive mod slots, which is great for the knee pads. The mask, I'm not completely sure what I want to use. You just need high damage to elite on the mask with the hard hitting talent. Anyway, those are like the key talents and brand sets for this sniper build. And to get all of those talents active, we need 7 defensive attributes and not more than 5 offensive talent. So we're just gonna go for weapon damage and headshot damage and put the rest into armor for more tankiness and damage from Unstoppable Force. Before we check my current build out, let's just quickly go through the specialization. We're gonna go for sharpshooter, like no surprise there really. So we will get more headshot damage, reload speed, accuracy, and we're gonna get the digital sniper scope as well if you want to use that. But nothing more to say about the specialization really, so let's go through my build. So looking at my build here, we're gonna go through the weapon first, which is a Model 700 with Optimist, which is just super good for the Model 700. Since it reloads the bullet 1 by 1, we can go down all the way to 1 bullet, you shoot a shot, and then reload, and then cancel the animation and shoot again. Which means we're always gonna have that extra damage from the Optimist talent. Sure, in PvE, this would maybe not always be worth it, but in PvP definitely. But if you want to hit those numbers, that's a really good way to do it. As a passive talent, I have Jazz Hand. It would probably be better with the mag size here, since we're not gonna reload too often. I mean, every bullet, sure, but you would get more damage from Optimist because you have a bigger mag. So a higher percentage of the mag is gone, right? Not sure if that would be worth it though. Then if we look at the mods, I'm using damage to elite on the muzzle. We lose stability, not a big deal. On this scope, if you don't want to use the zoomed in one, I would recommend the C79, which you get from the secret mission. I will put my video on that in the pinned comment, but that's a good scope if you don't want to zoom in. If you do want to use the scope, you just use the digital scope from the sharpshooter tree, 45 headshot damage. A lot of people do like the third person one, and then I would recommend that scope for PV. And then we have the mag as well. If you want to go more damage, just go damage to elite. I've been using the reload speed. But yeah, you can just use damage to elite actually. So that's the weapon mods. As a secondary, you can use whatever you want. I mean, I've been using Sweet Dreams just because it's fun, right? But actually the holster talent when you reload, I mean, it could be good in some scenarios, right? If you go down all the way to 1 bullet now, let me do that. Bam. So 1 bullet, you could do like this, shoot, then bash, cancel, and shoot again, or you can just do like that. Shoot again. Let me do it. Shoot. Then just instantly combat roll and you will get 1 bullet, right? Like as soon as you shoot, use combat roll. Probably could be worth in PvP, right? In PvE, I think it's just enough to cancel it like that. And yeah, if you want to check Optimist a bit more in depth, I did make a video about that as well. You can find it in the pinned comment. But that's the weapons. And then we go to the mask, which is a Wyvern mask, which won't really do anything to me, but it is one of the few masks that have a high damage to elite and with the talent hard hitting. So that's what I'm going for. Just damage to elite here. Like I have a Murakami mask here, for example, 42 damage to elite. At least I would get health, but it doesn't have hard hitting. So like any mask, like this mask, for example, if you could get higher damage to elite, that would be nice as well. But just any mask would work really. Because as I said before, you want to go for 3 Araldi, 1 Gila Guard, and yeah, that's kind of what you're going for. Then the chest, it's a Fenris chest piece, which is like, why would you use that? So the main reason I'm using that is because I can use Unstoppable Force and I can get hard hitting as well. As I said before, Alp chest could be better because you roll only 2 attributes, which means they're super high, but I haven't gotten that. So yeah, this is like the best I have. So that could possibly be better. But still though, like headshot damage, weapon damage, and bonus armor, like really good rolls. That's what you want to go for. So that's kind of perfect for the Fenris chest. We have 1 offensive mod slot, but we're not gonna do that because then we're gonna get more than 5 offensive attributes, and then a lot of our talents won't work. The holster is a Araldi with health and weapon damage. I would actually rather have headshot damage here. I mean, in some cases the weapon damage is gonna be better. For example, if a NPC have a helmet or just armor in general, you're actually not getting the headshot damage, so having weapon damage is actually better than. But I mean, most scenarios, yeah, headshot damage would be better, because we are going for headshots with this build, right? Then we have the Gila Guard, which I did swap to because I wanted to show off Safeguard. I do have a Araldi if I want to go for more weapon damage, but it doesn't have Safeguard. So yeah, I'm using this one right here. I'm trying to get an Araldi with Safeguard here as well. And I mean, cooldown reduction would be bonus armor, but yeah, I haven't gotten that yet. So health, bonus armor, weapon damage, hardened, and Safeguard. You could possibly swap hardened to damage to elite. But I mean, we do have some synergy with hardened and unstoppable force, right? So this one I have 1 defensive mod slot. I have total armor and bonus armor. There is other low-level generic mods that do roll weapon damage here, so that would be something I would rather go, like marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, or weapon damage. But I don't have those yet, and they're really hard to find. So yeah, I will try to look into a good way to farm those and make a video about that. But yeah, that will come later. So yeah, Safeguard 5 or less as well, so that's why we're keeping at 5 offensive and not more, because that would screw up with Optimist and Safeguard. The gloves, just marksman rifle damage and precise here. There is another active talent called Compensate, but then you can only use 3 offensive ones, and I don't just think we have slot for that. So I think using 15 headshot damage, it's just really good. I really want to try to get compensated in some damage builds or like builds like this, but I just don't think it's possible. Like 3 offensive attributes, it's just too little. Then we have the knee pads, Gila Guard here as well with bonus armor and entrench. And every time Safeguard is up, we're gonna get 12.5% armor when we are in cover. So you just go quick in the cover, you just get a headshot and you get some healing, right? And we have 2 defensive mod slots here. 1 with just health, extra incoming heal. Then we have one of the ones I was talking about, a generic system mod, 4% marksman rifle damage. So I would like to get a few more of those. And even though it says offensive there, like I have 5 offensive. If we take that one away, since it is like in the defensive mod slot, it won't count, right? It's still 5. So that's why we want to get those defensive mods, but we can actually get damage while not getting another offensive attribute, right? So that's why we want to get those to fill up the mod slot that way. I even have the 2-piece here, but you want to get this for the 1-piece. More armor, more damage from unstoppable force, tankier in general. Yeah, it's a sniper build, but we still have survivability and sustain. And that's why we're gonna go and look at the skill. Since we have Safeguard, that's gonna make the drone super powerful when it heals you. So the fixer drone for that. As I said in another video, make sure that you cancel manually before the drone goes out, because otherwise you will have a 3-minute cooldown. If you cancel it manually before it goes out, you only have half the duration, like 1 minute and 30-second cooldown. So make sure to do that. As the first skill, gonna use the chem launcher. You just always have a chem launcher heal up, I feel like a charge, so definitely use that. I mean, combining that with Safeguard, it's a lot of healing. And yeah, I mean, that's basically where my build is at right now. And yeah, as I said, I need a better Araldi backpack, so 3 Araldi. Then probably an Alps chest here as well. And then we still keep the Gila Guard knee pads, most likely. And then the mask wouldn't matter too much, to be honest. Maybe like Badger, but Badger doesn't roll a talent, so it's not worth to the 1-piece. So I think like something like this is good enough. Whatever mask you have that give a lot of damage to elite would be the go-to. But yeah, guys, that's basically the build. Tomorrow it will be Walter 5, but still, I mean, this build will work. Yeah, Safeguard is getting nerfed a little bit. Model 700 is getting touched, but Model 700 with Optimist will still do so much damage. And if it wouldn't be good enough, then yeah, just take the next best sniper, right? So all in all, I think this is a pretty good build. Like especially for soloing, like you have sustain, you have a lot of damage. And playing sniper, you don't have to expose yourself too much, so yeah. Good build for high time to kill. Or fast time to kill, I mean. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you are interested in more guides or build videos, or Division 2 videos in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.